Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Olivia Lynn. Hi! And she's got two quick questions. Number one, do I think it was a good move for Heather to put Sarah up on the block as Kenny's replacement? My answer, yes. I think it was a very good move. Heather, her goal this week was to get rid of Kenny, big player in the house. She couldn't get him out because he won the veto, and I think the next best move for her was to get rid of Sarah, who is Kenny's closest ally. So I think it was a very smart move because Kenny is going to be significantly weaker now without his closest ally in the house. And to answer your second question, what did I think of Heather as HOH this week? I thought Heather was a really good HOH. She listened to everyone, so like with that aspect of being HOH, that was great. But other than that, I mean, she made a power move. You know, she went right after the power players, and I think she really solidified her spot in her alliance, which was another important thing moving in to the next week. So good for you, Heather. I think she gained a lot of fans this week, like a lot. So let's get started on today's stuff. Let's start with Sabrina. She was pretty much getting shut down yesterday. She was going around on this campaign tour to try to like clear her image with the sloppy seconds, aka the other side of the house. It makes me think of Lost with the others. So she starts with Netta, and she's like, Netta, I was never going after John. It's all lies. And Netta's like, BS. She's not buying it for 1 second. Sabrina pulls out her famous line, I can't wait for you to watch the show back. That wasn't a good Sabrina impersonation, but whatever. So she's been saying that all season, and I really, really would love to see someone make a supercut of that. We need crying, we need I can't wait for you to watch the show, and we need just throw in, are you threatening me? Just for fun. Okay, so did you just see my spit fly? It was awesome. So then Sabrina goes and starts telling Sarah about her conversations from the day, and Sarah just like can't deal anymore. So she snaps at Sabrina. She's like, I can't deal with the constant game talk. It needs to stop. And she said, and I quote, you got had. Get over it. I'm the one who's leaving. Very reminiscent of You Got, but different. This is the Canadian version. But I have to agree with Sarah. If I were her, I would not want to hear the constant game talk coming from Sabrina when I know I'm walking out the door the next day. So I don't blame her. I don't know how these people don't freak out on each other like every hour. I don't know if I could handle it. So that shut Sabrina up for like 5 minutes. Later on in the day, she goes and moves on to John and Arlie. She's like, oh yeah, first 5 made me look bad, blah blah blah. I never wanted John and Netta out, but they did. Yeah, she's really just trying to cover her ass right now, just in case anyone from Sloppy Seconds wins HOH. Whatever. So, I mean, they don't believe it. It's whatever. So, Arlie is trying to strengthen some of the bonds within his own alliance. So, he's trying to get some numbers within that alliance. So, he's trying to pull Allison in closer. He's like, Allison, what's up? We're both at the bottom of the totem pole. We should stick together. And Allison seems like receptive of it when she's talking to him. And then she goes off on her own. She has a conversation with herself / the live feed viewers. Very helpful. And it seems like she's a little weary of Arlie. She can tell he's probably a super fan. He seems like it. He's definitely, he's got some traits of a master manipulator. So she's a little bit nervous about him, and I think she should be. Especially when you flip like that, like a huge flip like that. I would be watching out for him. So, big day in the house for Kenny. Today was the day that he revealed to everyone that he's gay. So there were some mixed reactions from the house guests. A lot of people were shocked. Rochelle was visibly upset because she was totally crushing on him. She wanted to get with him. She's got a boyfriend. But now she can get drunk and make out with him and it won't matter. So there's that. And things were like really tense in the house leading up to this because like the alliances became so clear this week, and like the line was drawn in the sand, and then this really like brought a personal side to the game, and it like took everyone out of the game for a little while, and gave them something else to think about, so that was nice to see that. And then Netta brought it home with, "We still want you out, Kenny." And you know what? I have a couple things to say about this. Number one, I'm very, very happy that Kenny isn't like hiding who he is anymore. He can go out and like be who he is, and he doesn't have to like worry about, you know, keeping that secret anymore. So good for him. That's awesome. Number two, I have to agree with Netta. We still want you out, Kenny. I mean, something about this, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I feel like he was kind of using this in a weird way, and I'm not just saying that, so like before you get mad at me, there was a conversation today between Kenny and Rochelle, and she was like, "Oh, like, did you have a plan for when you were gonna do that and stuff?" And Kenny was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come out whenever it's most advantageous for me to do it in the game." So I think there was definitely a very large strategical element to his coming out to the rest of the house, and it's just kind of like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel kind of like uncomfortable with it and like icky. So like, again, like I said, awesome for him that he doesn't have to hide who he is anymore, but at the same time, it's like, he knows that eviction is tomorrow, and they're speculating that it's a double eviction. It is. So it seems like he's trying to sway the house opinion of him by sharing this personal information, and I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of creepy the way he did it, but whatever. I don't want you guys to get mad at me. I don't mean it in an offensive way or anything. Like, it's not like that, but just let me know what you guys think. It's just a vibe I'm getting. So, yeah, I covered that. So, moving on. Sarah totally pulled an Andrew today. Side note, I believe today is Andrew's birthday. Happy birthday, Booger. Back to this. Sarah pulled an Andrew. She pretty much waited until today to start campaigning, the day before eviction, just like Andrew. So today is like her big day to make moves. She goes and talks to Netta. She's like, "Oh yeah, it'd be more beneficial to keep me over Allison." And she thinks that she's making these great points. I don't think so, because she's offering safety to Netta and John, but it's totally not going to happen. If they keep her, she's going to go right for them the first chance that she gets, so, blah. I don't think it's a good idea. And I don't think Netta's really falling for it. And I'm pretty sure if she was going to, like, vote for Sarah to stay, she would totally talk to John before the vote, and he would be like, "No." So I don't think so. But it's a real last-ditch effort. I mean, Sarah's got to do something, so, like, I don't blame her for trying, but I don't think it's going to work. So things are pretty chill right now in the house with the whole Kenny thing and everything. It's kind of really relaxed, everyone. They have that to talk about instead of the game. I mean, all day they've been like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." So there's been a lot of that. They had this huge, like, religious discussion, and it was, like, surprisingly calm and, like, not bad, so that was cool. But tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow, double eviction. I'm excited. So, until then, much love.
Edit.